Welcome to a very special episode of Surfing Australia TV presented by Hyundai. We are dedicating this episode to Hyundai She's Electric, a platform introduced to recognise and amplify female grassroots surfing on a national scale. Over this year's Hyundai Australian Boardriders Battle, we've used data to unearth breakout talent and create a pathway to the top. It all started with the Hyundai Australian Boardriders Battle presented by Zambrero. Using the data from each round, we created a leaderboard tracking female competitors' scores from each team. Let's take a look at how the season went down. We're down here at the first ABB Regional Series today, and we are kicking off the She's Electric live leaderboard.
I really love the platform that you guys have provided for us, and it gives something for the younger girls to strive towards. So yeah, hopefully it gets the participation rates up for the women in board riders.
You know, being with your club for so long, have you seen a lot of young girls come through, and what's the change you've seen in, women surfing?
Yeah, there's so many girls, between the under 12s and the under 14s, there's more girls than boys, which is awesome.
And let's not forget that the top 5 after this ABB Regional Series made Hyundai's Team Electric.
Girls surfing is very, it's coming along really well now, and it's really good to see, and it's empowering, and it's cool, to, watch the younger girls who grow up and, be as good as everyone else across the world and Australia.
It's awesome that Hyundai has created this leaderboard for the girls just to put their names out there, give them a bit of support. It's really good.
When I used to go surfing, it was me and the boys, and now there's majority of the time in Tasmania, at least, there's more girls in the water than what boys up. There's guys, so there's so much more encouragement for females to get out there in the water, and there's groups and mothers meetings, and it's awesome.
I think giving women more opportunity and more equality, I think, is only going to get better and better. There's no other direction it can go in.
After an incredible 8 regional rounds, here is how the leaderboard looks. Congrats to all the women, especially the top athletes with those amazing scores. After the break, we'll learn more about the women who have made Hyundai's Team Electric. With participation in women's surfing on the rise, it's important to recognise and provide a pathway to success. Hyundai's Team Electric, chosen from the She's Electric leaderboard, have found a way to cut through by unleashing big scores on the Hyundai Australian Boardriders Battle Regional Series. Let's learn a bit more about Hyundai's Team Electric. Female surfing has never been brighter, but it's not easy to make it to the top. I've been lucky to hear plenty of great advice. First off, unfollow the critics. They do not define you. If you watch others go big, turn around and go even bigger. Taking it to the next level means getting comfortable with discomfort. When you feel butterflies, you have to use them to your advantage. And next time you hear that voice of doubt, ignore it. This ABB, it's time to make your mark. She's Electric. Powering potential. Introducing from Hyundai's Team Electric, Taylor Hannick, Culburra Boardriders Club, New South Wales.
My name's Taylor Hannick. I grew up in South Australia, south coast of South Australia, and we get some pretty big, pretty awesome waves. Then I lived on the west coast of South Australia, and then I moved to the Gold Coast to compete in surfing. And while I was competing, travelling around on the qualifying series, I started studying, and I studied a Bachelor of Laboratory Medical Science online through the University of Southern Queensland, which I was able to do while competing, and I did exams in Hawaii and South Africa. And then I got quite ill, so I ended up with chronic fatigue, which then sort of pushed me in the direction of taking a step back from competing in surfing and towards medicine. So now I study Doctor of Medicine at the University of Wollongong, which is why I moved to the south coast of New South Wales. When I was looking for a medical school, I was looking where is the closest to the surf and closest to some sizable waves. So Griffith on the Goldie was an option, but not that many big waves up here, so we ended up on south coast New South Wales. Wanting to surf big waves, there wasn't much of a platform when I was a young teenager. So a lot of the time I was sort of chasing swells on my own, or with, you know, middle-aged men that I've met once in the lineup before and flying to Hawaii or across the country. But now there's so many women surfing big waves that it's really cool that you can travel and compete, and yeah. So my mum has a surf shop in Normanville, which is like a very small town on the way to Kangaroo Island, last stop before you go to Kangaroo Island. And my dad is a surfer, like old school, true blue, you know, avoid work to surf kind of surfer. And he wasn't that interested in like me competing, but if I got the biggest wipeout award, like he was stoked. So I think that's probably where it came from. He would always call me into just like big closeouts and just laugh and wave as I was getting smashed. So yeah, I guess that's where it comes from.
What an incredible group of young women with a bright future in surfing. Stay with us, because after the break, True and Jessie Starling go on location at the Hyundai Australian Boardriders Battle National Final to hear from the women at all the Boardriders clubs about Hyundai She's Electric.
Welcome back to this very special episode of Surfing Australia TV. I'm Jessie Starling, on ground here at the Hyundai Australian Boardriders Battle Grand Final to hear firsthand from the women in the Boardriders clubs about the change they are seeing around the country. So let's get into it.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Newcastle Beach, the home, the city of surfing for the Hyundai Australia Boardriders Battle. It is on again. 24 clubs from around the country here to do battle to become number one.
This is the weekend that all the clubs wait for all year. They've been training for it. You can see the spirit on the beach already this morning, and I mean, it's pumping waves as well. This is perfect Boardrider battle conditions, guys.
Ellie, into the eights in that last heat, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's so fun out there. There's a little rip ball bank and all the girls got some waves, so yeah, it was good.
Oh, here we go. Oceana Rogers here from Jones Beach down the south coast. That was a sick little wave.
This young woman, Sierra Kerr, surfing, I believe, for Snapper Rocks.
Mia Huppets going for broke on that last turn.
Oh, Bella gets a beautiful turn there, committed under the lip.
Being back in New is pretty incredible. There's so much history here for the Boardriders battles. We've had so many events here. It's like its own little amphitheatre here, so it's pretty amazing to be here. There's so many people that come to the beach, especially when the teams are on. So being here is really exciting.
It's my first time ever being here for Yelling At Boardriders, so yeah, it's a pretty sick event. It's really massive, so yeah, it's good to be here. Newcastle actually has decent waves, hey, compared to over east places I've surfed, like up the coast and stuff. It's more powerful. There's actually like some sections to hit. So yeah, it's a really cool community too. Like there's heaps of places to eat out, and yeah, it's a really cool little atmosphere.
The whole event is so much more fun because you're here with other people. It's a nice big team thing. So yeah, it's the best thing ever.
Women's surfing is the fastest growing sport in the country, and you know, as a father of two young girls who love to surf, you know, it fills me with a lot of excitement to see so many young girls getting behind surfing and to see a company like Hyundai really dedicating some time and resources to this.
and tell me what excites you most about the future of the ABB and women's surfing.
Oh, look, you know, the ABB is all about grassroots surfing and allowing people to have a platform to do what they love and do what they do really well. And obviously the She's Electric campaign leans into that, you know, being a grassroots kind of platform for women surfers and especially junior surfers. And it's super exciting to see so many great young Australian surfers, you know, not just here surfing in this event, but filling the lineups all around the country. So we're really excited.
Here we go, Sierra Kerr for snapper. Oh, great first turn on a backhand.
As we see Philippa, big jamming turn.
The shorey, hit it.
Yes.
Philzy, you're a machine.
Thanks. Being the only female in the team, it's really cool that we do have that opportunity to showcase females across all the teams. I feel there's a little bit of pressure, but as well, I just want to kind of showcase what's going to be happening for the younger girls when they take over.
I really feel like She's Electric and Hyundai have opened up a pathway and new doorways for women surfing. We don't have a big brand supporting only women surfing, and it's really humbling and nice to know that there's people out there who want to see, you know, females in the water progress. And I think it's just encouraging for all of us who compete and do this as a job and do it every day. So She's Electric has definitely helped take women surfing to the next level, but it's also helped take our confidence to the next level too. There is so much positivity at a grassroots level about the future of the women in the water, and it's amazing to see the community that we're building together. Stick around, more from Team Electric after the break.
Welcome back to Surfing Australia TV, presented by Hyundai. As a part of Hyundai Team Electric, the top athletes on the leaderboard were involved in a 3-day intensive camp at the Hyundai Surfing Australia High Performance Centre. This camp helps to arm these women with all the tools they need to succeed as professional athletes. Let's get a behind-the-scenes look at the Hyundai Team Electric camp.
My name's Taylor Hannick. I'm here for Hyundai She's Electric camp.
All the girls here are super nice and they all surf so good.
Well, I started surfing when I was pretty young. My brothers both love surfing, and when we got older we started all doing comps, and yeah, we just love it now.
It is such a privilege to be able to come to the camp and obviously surf with Laura. I wish that we were surfing some bombs and not a beachy, but I think, you know, what she's created and helped push forward for women surfing is really amazing. It's really cool to see so much being put back into grassroots surfing and into board riders clubs. So thanks, Laura. Yesterday morning was the first day of the camp. We started out stretching and mobility first thing in the morning. So we did a lot of foam rolling and then some mobility. The mobility session was really great, warming up the body and getting ready for a surf.
Our typical kind of warm-up here at Surfing Australia, we use a ramp protocol. So the first thing I did with the girls this morning was just some light activity to raise their heart rate. We then went through some mobility, so looking at ankle, knees, hips and thoracic spine.
And then we went for a surf for 2.5 hours with jet ski as well, so we did a bit of a few step-offs.
Yeah, it was great to get out there on the jet ski and also go for a free surf with all the girls, and they were all ripping, and yeah, it was such a fun surf.
I've never done jet ski step-offs before. I've only ever towed in. The step-offs I found quite challenging. I actually didn't realise you have to jump onto your belly and not like straight onto your feet. So the first one was an epic fail, but then we got there.
We're on a ski session this morning. We're looking at progression, so like an open canvas session. So they're pretty much just wanting to go for things that they haven't gone before because we've got the ski.
pretty awesome that they get an opportunity to experience some of the high training environments that our elite Surfing Australia athletes undergo on a regular basis. So this drill has been designed to try and simulate some of the stresses that you may experience in competition or in performance. I love the commitment.
So we had 20 minutes and we had to complete a puzzle in that time while having to run and essentially playing tag rugby at the same time. And you couldn't get tagged and you had to complete the puzzle before you could get out into the water and surf. Beforehand, we were taught a lot of skills around trying to be present and be calm through breath or sound or touch. And so having the ability to then try those skills out under a stressful scenario was a really great experience.
It's going to be stressing us physically, the running bit, and it's going to be stressing us mentally. They're already out there in the lineup, girls. Pressure's on. When we're under stress here, it's in the context at which you guys are trying to perform your skill in. You're going to be surfing under the stresses and pressures that we're going to be experiencing here. We really want to try and simulate some of the stresses and pressure that they might experience in competition. Fair bit going on here at the moment. There's a fair bit of distractions. There's doing stuff in front of people.
So Bruce ran us through some media training and he was fantastic and really encouraged us and built a lot of confidence. I think in all of us we saw a lot of change.
Confidence is definitely very important because you often get interviewed and you need to learn all those different skills so that you can get interviewed and, yeah, you do good.
All of that stuff we do with our high-end athletes, and these guys are there. It's so cool to see women surfing get pushed more and more, so I'm excited for the next few days ahead. It'll be good.
I think there's a lot happening in shortboard competitive surfing, especially with the Olympics. What I would love to see is more funding put into especially women's big wave surfing in Australia. There's a lot of underground women who are charging and who you wouldn't know are charging because a lot of the waves that you surf are offshore, bommies 2Ks out to sea or middle of nowhere, and they're doing it solo and doing it because they love it. So it'd be really cool to see that be showcased within Australia, not just, overseas. Seeing how the camp went and then also having all of this content come out, I think it's going to really encourage young female surfers to get involved with their club and aim to compete at the Boardriders Battle so that they can get this opportunity as well.
That's it for a very special episode of Surfing Australia TV presented by Hyundai. Congratulations to all the incredible women who competed this season, and especially those who made Hyundai's Team Electric.